Hey, everyone, and welcome to episode number 50 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media. And we welcome back in our lone position player, the captain of the Miami Marlins, Miguel Rojas. Miggy, how are you, my friend?
Man, 50 episodes already, huh? It's been a bless. It's been awesome. I can't even describe how long this season is been feeling, but this podcast and this thing that we're doing it's been keeping me away from the field a little bit and doing a great job. So thank you, Chris, again for the opportunity.
Please.
And it's awesome to see you guys again.
Yes, it's great to hang out. Do people bring up the Rose Rotation when you're on the field? Do they ever yell it at you?
A lot, man, a lot. Especially when I'm like on deck, I hear more than anything. Hey, I love you in the Chris Rose Rotation. Keep up the good work. Especially the other day in Washington, it was good to hear some fans behind the on deck circle in Miami. A lot of people loving it, man, and I want to keep up bringing the good stories and the things experiencing during the season. So people really like to see what's happening behind the scenes, and that's why it's so important for us to keep bringing those good stories. And just a quick one before we move on. Yesterday, I was talking to Hosmer at first base, right? So remember when we got Hosmer on the show?
Sure.
So Haas got really, really hot, right? And he's swinging a great bat, and he's doing it. He's doing it after the All-Star break, and he said something yesterday. Hey, right after we recorded that show, and after that episode, I got hot, man. And that's the real mojo. So we got a Chris rotation mojo for Haas there. I'm happy for him, and it was good for him.
Well, actually, I think we need some help from our viewers and our listeners out there, because I don't want to call it the Chris Rose Rotation mojo, because with my old show with Intentional Talk, I'm still going to let them have that. I've got a lot of good friends. Millar's my brother over there. I said I don't want to take that, but we're looking for some sort of nice catchphrase, something about heating up. I don't know if somebody could come up with a good one and we take it, I will gladly send them a Chris Rose Rotation t-shirt. So leave it in our comments on our YouTube channels or however you get a hold of us through our social media outlets. So come up with something. We'll give you something.
I'm gonna put it on my Twitter. I think people are being really active on Twitter after every episode. So I'm being really happy and pleased with the way that people are sending their requests, the questions, their favorite things, their not so good things. So thank you for that, and I'll put it on my Twitter. So give us some ideas about what we can do. All the guys are getting hot after the episode.
I know. I mean, after today's guest joins us, Brock Holt, who knows? He might lead the league in saves based on what he's done. I mean, you kidding me with that 31-mile-an-hour heater? Woo! Look out.
Man, that's unbelievable. And I don't want to face that, like I don't know how to hit that rainbow. when you see a pitch going up in the air like that and then landing right on the strike zone, that's some man, you have to have some talent to do that,
I can't wait to talk to him about that and much more. You people forget he's a two-time World Series champion. He's not just an eephus ball pitcher for you with wicked facial hair. So we'll talk to Brock Holt of the Texas Rangers momentarily. Few things. I was watching your game on Sunday, and I was like, oh, he's going to get a ton of at-bats. It's Colorado. They're going to score a ton of runs. And my man gets tossed after his second at-bat. Have you watched your how it all went down?
Yeah, of course. You have to after, like to see if you was right or not, or at least if you have a case or a point,
Were you right?
Well, I don't know if I'm right or not. Here's my thing. Like I got to explain why I was so frustrated and why I was so hit up. It wasn't about me or my at bat. I can care less about that strikeout. It's a long series in Colorado. We've been getting beat so bad by these guys. So for the first time in the series, we got the lead in the first inning. I got a double. Aggie drove me in. We felt good, like 1-0. Then all of a sudden the game is 7-0 in the second inning. CJ Cron hit another homer against us. Put us in the bad position again. And then all of a sudden I'm leading off that inning. And before that happened, two of them guys, you see the swing right there. It's like really close. Like it's not. It's not like 100% like I went, like the bat is over the play. I'm not checking my wrist. I'm not like I'm not swinging at the ball. I'm just like going for the curveball, and I felt like I didn't go. But like I said, this is not about me. It's about what happened in the inning before. Connor Joe, the left fielder, he checked his swing too. Like maybe this close, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And the guy just say no. The guy just hit a 2-run homer after that check swing. And I mean, no one cares, like if it's not swing, it's not swing. Then Trevor Story did the same thing. I'm not saying that Trevor went. I'm saying that you have to be consistent. This guy with a high ball, he went like that, and he almost like crossed the swing. He ended up striking out, like not a big deal. But why you have to call a strike on me when it was kind of the same swing, Like how good you're gonna be against me and my swing when another two guys before in the inning before did the same thing. So for me, the ejection was more frustration about the series, about the way that we were playing in Colorado, that things are not going our way. And sometimes someone has to say something, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I took it. I put the team in the bad position. That's another thing that guys shouldn't do. If you're playing for your team and you're starting shortstop, and you have to think a little bit more about the consequences that you can bring to the team when you get thrown out like that. So I'm not proud of it, but I mean, that's what happened right there.
So we were watching, we watch on like the 8 box because I'm keeping my eye on all the games. And Brady, my 15-year-old who loves you and watches every Miggy at bat, was like, uh-oh, Dad, he's running out of the dugout. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he's running. He's mad, Dad. He's mad. And so do you just black out when you start running out of the dugout? Because that's a good one when you get to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really mad. I just want to explain my point, because I know if I make physical contact or I say something inappropriate or something like that, I can get suspended and I can get fined, and I don't want to get that. I just want to express my point to him. And I mean, for a second, I was trying to explain why I was so mad. And I mean, I can care less about the strikeout. Like I said,
by the way, look at CJ Crone for a second. A guy. I love it when guys aren't involved in it and they're watching. They got to be laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like, man, this guy's losing it. I'm living a good life right now. He's saying baseball is so easy for me right now.
Right,
I'm hitting homers, and this guy's complaining. Exactly, and this guy's complaining about the strikeout.
When you get ejected, now you go to the clubhouse, and is it like being in timeout? Do you sit by yourself? What do you do?
Man, that was tough. I mean, this is my second time in the big leagues that I get thrown out, but the first time was in the 7 or 8 inning. Yeah. I remember Cherser was pitching. The umpire behind the plate was giving in like every little call outside of the zone, like 1 inch here and there. And like I said, exactly. So the guy is like just carving us. And then, I mean, he's getting pitches this far of the play and this far of the play against jump players, That's the thing about not many people know that when you play in a team with a lot of young players, calls sometimes are not going your way, because that's how it is. That's how baseball works. Like you have to put in your time, and when you have this so many years and you have success in the league, you're gonna have the benefit of the doubt more than players that are just getting to the league. So that's one of the things that you have to learn how to deal with, And sometimes you have to say something. Sometimes it's going to be the manager. Sometimes it's going to be the hitting coach. But you can't really let these guys to get so comfortable out there just because his Scherzer is pitching and he's facing Brian De La Cruz, who's got 20 at-bats in the big leagues. Where you think the call will go, So and back to your question, I went back to the locker room and I didn't take any part of my clothes for like 3 innings because I got thrown out in the second. And then I was just there like thinking about all the worst things that you can, like I'm such a bad person. Why did I did this? Like regretting all the things that I did and thinking about I'm putting my team in a bad position, such a like selfish player. I was thinking about the worst,
Miggy,
like that's
stop. And you're gonna make me cry.
Well, you asked me how did I feel, so that's the process of like accepting that you just got thrown out, right? So I went to 3 innings like that, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day, and I just gonna get a lift in, and then I get a little treatment, and I had a couple beers, so I enjoy the rest of my day after those 3 innings, thinking and being hard on myself.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Does anybody say anything to you after the game?
Not after the game. First thing that I did when I went to the manager's office. So James Rawson has been our manager the last 10 days or so. Mm-hmm. So I went to his office and say, "Hey man, sorry, I apologize to put you in that position because I know. I mean, Brian Anderson ended up playing shortstop, and that's never a good thing, you know. Like you don't want your starting third baseman playing short and like being there doing. I mean, he did an amazing job playing short that day." But at the end of the day, like I say, it's like the heat of the moment. I just went there and say, "Man, sorry, and apologize that happened, and hopefully we can move on from this one and just go to San Diego." But I mean, support from my teammates. I think they saw the same thing that I saw when it happens. They watch it on TV and they say, "Man, I didn't think you go." What do you think?
I actually put out a tweet about it. I said it was,
I know, I saw it.
Well, like I said, I don't know Mark Carlson. I know some of the umpires in Major League Baseball. He might be a fine human being. I said it was a bullshit call. I used the emojis, bull with the poop emoji. And then, of course, everybody's running back at me like, no, it was a lot closer. Don't say it's a bullshit. I'm like, I got to protect I'm like a good manager. I got to protect my guys.
Exactly. Yeah, it was close. I'm not, hey, like I said again, nothing against Mark Carlson, nothing against the umpires.
Yeah,
it happens. You know, we're gonna have disagreements sometimes.
Absolutely.
I mean, we move on, and I'm looking forward to see that the same guys again. And I mean, I'm not gonna have a problem just because I get.
And they won't either. Everybody's professional. We get it. Hey guys, I get it. It's not easy talking about ED, but still, you need some help. There's a place for you to go. And our friends at Roman, they are here to lend a helping hand. With Roman, you get a free online evaluation with an ED plan, a treatment plan. If medication's involved, it ships out 2 days, free shipping. It's very simple. The best part of this, it's from the comforts of your own home. You don't have to stand in line in a pharmacy. You don't have to go talk to a doctor and go to a doctor's office. It is from your home. Go get this taken care of. So go to getroman.com/JOMBOY and you get $15 off your first month. So let me repeat that without tripping over it this time. Getroman.com/JOMBOY. You're going to get $15 off your first month. ED, it's a problem that can be solved thanks to Roman. Go get it done today. How relieved are you didn't get traded?
Oh, man. Actually, kudos to the organization. They talked to my agent beforehand. And so it gave me a little bit more of like peace of mind, because those days before the deadline can be really chaotic, for a player. You don't know where you can go, if they're gonna move you here, they're gonna move you there. There's a lot of rumors. You can go to the Phillies, you can go to the Yankees. The Reds are offering for you, whatever it is, and the organization put me in a great spot once again, and letting me know that I wasn't going anywhere at the moment.
When did they hold on? When did they tell you that, Miggy?
Couple days before the deadline. So they decided internally, and I was happy to hear that. They actually said on media too, like you see some rumors that say Miggy's not going anywhere, whatever. And I mean, that's always nice as a player that beforehand, and like you guys see and you guys hear from me in previous episodes. I said, you know what? I love this organization so much that if I get traded, I hope they get the return that they should be getting, because I gonna be humble and everything, but when you're doing your thing and you're good for an organization, it's more than just a shortstop that you see in there every single night. It's like a player that cares about the team. I want that. If they want to get something in return, hopefully something good to make the organization better. But yeah, relief after the deadline happens and everything the way that it unfolds. I'm happy that I'm still in Miami. I'm happy that I'm here, and hopefully I can be here for a couple more years.
Was it hard when Starling got dealt?
Oh yeah, it was hard overall because we dealt like really good guys, not just on the field, like I say, but off the field. Adam Duvall was great. not just for me, but for the whole team, for young players, the way that he prepares. Early in the year, with Adam Simber and Corey Dickerson, other two guys that are, amazing guys in the locker room to have around. Jimmy Garcia, I've been playing with him for a long time. It was hard to see him go. All of the guys that we dealt in the deadline, it was tough because you never want your team to lose the players that you create in that bond from the beginning, And seeing Starling go, but now seeing him in Oakland killing it, couple homers, six stolen bases already, robbing homers. He's doing great, and he deserved that because the guy works hard really every single day. And he went through some stuff early in the year too, with the injury and all that. And happy for him that he's continued to do his thing.
So Miggy, I know you want to stay in Miami. You love it there, and you want to win there, and I get it. Is there part of you that's pissed off? Like, wouldn't it have been great to play these last 2 months where the games really mean something? Listen, you're a professional. You're going to play your butt off. You hate it when you lose. You got your ass chapped the other day because of the shit in Colorado. At the end of the day, unless you guys go on a ridiculous run that we've never seen before, you're not going to make the playoffs. At age 32, doesn't it bother you a little bit that you're not playing in meaningful games in August and September other than to knock another team out?
Yeah, but I played meaningful games last year with this same organization, That's the way that I see it, Every team, and not every team is going to make the playoff, Like just 8 teams are going to make it, and they're going to enjoy that, and they're going to cherish that.
Don't shortchange those other 2 teams. 10.
Oh, that's right. They're going, the two wildcard teams. That's right.
Yeah.
So those 10 teams are going to make it to the playoff. Yes. And they're going to cherish that moment, and they're going to enjoy it. But every other team is going to follow short, And I got the opportunity to enjoy the postseason for the first time with this organization last year. And I believe that we can go back there, I believe that the talent that we have here, we just need to be able to be consistent and find a way to not just put a good product on the field. It has to be, everybody has to take it personal. Young players, veteran players that sign here for next year, players who are being here for a couple of years, Jesus Aguilar, myself, Louis Brinson, all of these guys are being here for so long. They need to be able to step up and continue to do whatever we need to do to be consistent. So for me, it's like, it would be nice to go to a contender. It would be nice to go to a team who's already there, to the Tampa Bay Rays, to Chicago White Sox, that they almost in already. So for me, that would be great, to play in October. But it's kind of an easy road to go that way. And who knows what happened, like if I go to a contender, I'm not playing good, I'm going to be in the bench, They're not going to let like a guy in the middle of the year just to, get comfortable, fit in, we're going to give you 100 at-bats. If you're not playing really good, I probably end up in the bench, I'm going to be like waiting for my opportunity and trying to do good. But at the end of the day, that would be like a kind of an easy road to get there. And like what I'm seeing and what I envision here in Miami, I don't want to do that. I want to be here for when this organization wins and wins big, because I consider that last year we got a really good year. Consider all the circumstances that we went through, but at the end of the day, that's nothing. We have to win a championship so we can be recognized as a good team.
Hey, anybody out there want to save a little money? I know I do. Well, our friends over at GABI are there to help you, because there's hundreds of companies out there that are claiming to compare auto and home insurance rates, but only one actually does it, and GABI does it the best out there. So here's the deal. You enter in your insurance information. So you go to your computer. It takes you no time whatsoever, and then they start comparing insurance rates. It's great. They can do it for your auto. They do it for your home. It's fast. It's verifiable. They don't take your information and sell it, so you're not going to get the annoying spam emails or those ridiculous calls that you don't know who they're from, and you answer and you're like, hello, and you go, stop calling me. You're not going to get any of that stuff. So what they do is they use your current policy to find a better policy, comparing your current coverages with 40 of the top insurance providers like Progressive, Nationwide, Travelers, and it's all in one place. So it's simple, it's GABI, it's easy. You log in, you provide your current information, and you get quotes. GABI customers saved $961 per year on average. I'm going to repeat that. $961 per year on average. Very simple. You want to save money, you use this crew. So get a better insurance with GABI. It's totally free to check. There's no obligation to buy. So you go to gabi.com/rose. That is GABI.com/rose. We got Brock Holt of the Texas Rangers getting ready to join us momentarily. Real quickly, we haven't talked since the All-Star break. What was the best thing you did on your breather?
So I spent time with the family, which is really nice. I got to talk to my mom a lot. She's doing much better. Good. I'm happy that I got the opportunity to FaceTime her and talk to her a lot during that time. I got sick and during the All-Star break because we went to Tampa. And so we went to a couple of the parks, and in Legoland, I was there with my son. It started raining all of a sudden, and we got so wet from the rain and all that stuff. So like taking the car back to the hotel, all the air conditioning, all of a sudden, coughing and got a cold. So we overcome that, but it was an amazing time.
You went to Legoland, you said? I
went to Legoland, yeah.
So yeah, we've got one out here near San Diego. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is so nice and unbelievable. I can't even imagine. Like I wish I would have go like pre-COVID, or probably I'm gonna go later again.
Yeah,
because a lot of the attractions were still closed and stuff. But so nice.
Are you a Lego guy?
No, my son is. And he's been getting me into it. Like it's refreshing and you actually check out from everything else when you're building Legos. So yeah, I'm doing the Mario Brothers Legos with my son.
Yeah. Isn't he? He's 5, right?
He's 5 now.
Yeah. So my youngest son, who's 15, we always build 2 big Lego projects a year. I'm talking about like the Mambo Jumbo. Like we did a Manchester United soccer stadium, 4,000 piece.
Wow.
Thing. Oh yeah. It's big time. We did a mini Yoda.
Nice.
I think I forget if we have the Darth Vader down there, but yeah, they're all displayed in our little theater room. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a Miguel Rojas Lego set that I can build.
I hope so. But hey, you're gonna have to send me a picture of that room because my son and my wife will appreciate it.
Well, yeah. Then I'll post the photos and we'll put them on this thing, and it's fun. Like it.
I like it.
And here's the best thing about it. When we're building it together, I look at him like he's 5 years old again. Now he's bigger than me. He's 6'1", almost 190 pounds. He's like working out 3 or 4 days a week. He's working on his fastball, all sorts of stuff. He's starting to get his beard. And I look at him, I'm like, what happened to you? Like, where did it all go? And then
I know
when we sit down, we do Legos, and I'm like, hey, little buddy. I like want to put him on my lap and hold him.
Yeah.
So
no, that's a good piece of advice too. So I can go back home tomorrow and enjoy my 5-year-old son because he's gonna be 15 in a blink of an eye.
Oh, it happens, dude.
Right.
Every parent says it, and when you got young ones, you're like, are you kidding me? Like there's days I can't get through. I'm so tired. Yeah. I can't even open my eye. I can't imagine being a professional athlete because I remember how tired I was in my early 30s with our oldest one. I was like, how do people do anything where you need to concentrate? Like, 94 with cut. Like, are you kidding me? I'd be too tired.
And especially when that's that priority, your priority is to continue to play good and to continue to prepare every single day so you can feed your family and your family can still grow, And for me, that's the challenging part. Like knowing that, you're playing baseball and that's your job and not taking away from your family and from the people that they need attention, Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, it's like 10 a.m. in the morning and I'm locked in already, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not like sometimes I'm not hungry. I just want to watch my videos. I just want to study the pitcher. How I gonna get a hit against this guy tonight? And so that's not the Miguel Rojas that supposed to be at home, you know. So sometimes I checked out from my family and my house so early in the day. So my day start like really early and start focusing on baseball, which is something that I hope is not like too bad when I look back and say, you know what, I did something, but I give up a little bit on the other side.
Yeah, you know what? There's a balance for you guys. There is such a balance, because to be the best at what you do, I mean, you're talking about there's 750 guys in the world that get to do what you do. And you have to have that edge. And at the same time, you want to be there for your family. That's why, and the wives of baseball players do not get enough credit. During the season, it has got to be such a grind for them.
It's hard. Yeah. And deal with the players after the 0-4-4s or the pitchers who give up like 3 or 4 runs. That's,
my gosh,
tough.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's welcome in another guy in his early 30s. Guy that's he's one of the great relief pitchers of our era now. Brock Holt of the Texas Rangers. Yes, he is Mr. 31 mile an hour specialist out of the Rangers bullpen. All right, Brock, how many people have asked you about it over the last 48 hours?
I've got a lot of mostly stuff on social media, but I had a lot of friends text me, a lot of people text me, and obviously get tagged in a lot of videos, a lot of pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. So it's been fun. It's been fun, and obviously, when position players get in the game, I mean, obviously it's not a situation you want to be in as a team, but it's fun for us to get out there and mess around and try and get the job done.
How long have you been working on that thing?
Not long. I made my pitching debut last year against you guys, Miggy.
Yeah, I remember.
And I gave up the house, man. I think first guy I faced, Anderson hit a 3-run homer off of me, his third of the day. And at that time, I didn't know much about the ephus. I was throwing meatballs right in there. I was getting tallywhacked all over the field. And finally, Starling Marte lined out to the center fielder, I think, and I got out of the inning there. But started the pitching career was not great. And then I pitched a week later and started to slow it down a little bit. I think I was upper 40s, mid 40s, maybe. And then I got in the bullpen the other day, and I was just going to see how slow I could throw it and make sure I could still throw strikes. And, I went from 40. There we go. There's the last out. Got out of the inning. I did throw 19 out of 21 strikes that outing, though. So I was pounding the zone. I just didn't have my put away pitch. I just didn't have my put away pitch. But if I would have known then what I know now, probably would have gone better for me there.
Miggy, he got you to fly out.
Yeah, and I was really mad because I was 0-4, I think. When
that's
you
the worst, man.
Exactly. There's 2 ways that you approach an at bat against a position player. There's days like this one, like you probably like 3-4-4, already, because you're already winning by so many runs, and then all you're trying to do is hit a homer, But then there's another day I was like 0-for-2, I think 0-for-2 because I walked 2 times, and then I want to get a hit, and I was like so focused on getting on top of the ball and just get a base hit up the middle. That's all I was thinking about. And all of a sudden, I see this 45 mile per hour and I pop it up to center field. That's when you feel bad, like that's when it's not funny anymore. When you see the position player coming, it's funny, and you want that at bat, and then it's not funny anymore when you just fly out.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I've been on the other end of that too. When a position player comes in, like, do I really want this at bat or not? Like, I mean, it's a lose-lose. If I get a hit, I'm supposed to get a hit, and if I don't, I look even worse. Yeah, you suck, and your day's ruined. So, but I've had a good time with it. I mean, three pitching performances. I'm lowering the ERA every time. So, yeah, we're having a good time with it.
I saw you guys checking out the iPad when you got back in the dugout. What the heck were you looking for?
No, I was just watching the video, man. I was watching to see, like, me and Charlie were laughing about it because how they have the K zone on TV, and the ball was literally like 3 feet above that, and I was getting called strikes. So I'm giving Trevi. I probably got Trevi so many bonus points on his catch framing statistics because he's getting these pitches called strikes for me. And you see him trying to pull one back into the zone against Chappie in the second at bat, but. We were laughing about how high the ball was crossing the K zone. I mean, it was 2 feet above the strike zone. I was getting those calls. So Trevi got bonus points on his catch framing for that day for sure.
I was a little pissed. I thought they shortchanged you because they did not check your hat or your glove. You even offered it, and they're like, "Really? What the hell did they say to you?"
Yeah, Chris Gucciani, he was behind home plate, and he just kind of laughed at me. He's like, "No, you're good, man. You're good. I don't need to see it." And I'm kind of glad they did because that's the glove I use. I'm glad they didn't. That's the glove I use every day, and I've sprayed it and put pine tar on it before, and there's some residue on there. So I think that would have been pretty epic though if he did check it and then I got suspended for 10 days.
What?
What
would you do? What would you do? Like,
I would laugh, I would laugh.
10 days vacation.
10 days paid vacation, man, for throwing 31 miles an hour. That would have been, that would have been the cherry on top right there to come out and hey, you got a little extra pine tar on your glove, man. I'm going to have to, you're out of here,
Oh my God. That is great. That is great. Not sure if everybody out there has had the honor and privilege of going up to Cooperstown in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But if you haven't, let the Hall of Fame bring something onto your computer or wherever you download all your content. There's a show called Hall of Fame Connections. It's a 13-episode YouTube series with brand new episodes dropping every Wednesday. And it's all going to tell a different story of how two seemingly unrelated artifacts up there in Cooperstown actually weave themselves together. It's told by my good friend Carlos Pena, former Tampa Bay Ray and former major leaguer and currently at MLB Network. And he is also hanging out with Lindsey Berra, the granddaughter of Hall of Fame catcher Yogi Berra. And she is a journalist and has been an outstanding one for years. So it's really cool to see how they take two different artifacts, weave their stories together, and you're going to be amazed by it. It's a 13-part series. It comes out each and every Wednesday. And support for this series was provided by the Market New York grant through I Love New York, New York State's Division of Tourism, as part of the Regional Economic Development Council initiative. And also, to stay up to date with each and every episode of Hall of Fame Connections, all you have to do is follow Baseball Hall of Fame social media channels at Baseball Hall on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's something I'm going to be tuning into. You should as well. So you're playing, everybody knows you as a Boston Red Sox, a two-time World Series champion, but you are now playing essentially for your hometown team, right? You grew up about, 90 miles from the Dallas area?
Grew up going to Rangers games.
You did?
Yeah, big Rangers fan. I grew up, we would try and go as much as we could during the summer. And that was kind of always like a cool thing, we're going to the Rangers game tonight. So for me, this is cool. Obviously I've done a lot of cool things in my career, but I grew up a Texas Rangers fan and to get to play for the hometown team. And
who are your guys?
Dude, I could sit here and name hundreds of them, but I was a big Rusty Greer fan growing up. Me and my dad went to Kenny Rogers' perfect game, and Rusty Greer made two really good diving catches to save that game. There it is right there. So that I kind of liked Rusty Greer from that point. I love Pudge, Juan Gonzalez, Rafael Palmeiro, Will Clark, Michael Young, probably my all-time favorite. Just got to meet him the other day for the first time. COVID hasn't allowed him to come down and be around, but got to meet him the other day. He was in for the draft, so got to talk to him for a little bit. But he's probably one of my all-time favorites. Just growing up and watching the game and loving the way that he played. He moved around. He played second. He played short. He played third. He got 200 hits every year. He was an all-star, and just quietly consistent, man. Just did his job and was really good at it.
What's it like when you meet one of your idols? Do you feel like you're 10 years old again?
Yeah, I kind of did. He was actually in our travel secretary's office, and we had just got out of a hitters meeting, getting ready for a game. And I walked by and I saw him, and we had texted back and forth, and I talked to him before, and a few years prior, I got Napoli to get me a jersey signed by him, and so he knew of me, I knew of him. He knew that he was one of my favorites. So I said, Mike, nice to meet you, man. Gave him a hug. We talked, and he's like, dude, I can finally get down here, man. It's nice to finally meet you in person. But then we talked a little bit about, what was going on, and the draft a little bit. And no, it's cool for me because I grew up watching him and enjoying the way he went about his business. So, that was pretty cool for me.
Miggy, who is that guy for you?
I mean, one of those guys was Omar Vizquel for sure. Growing up in Venezuela, watching him play and doing all these things that he did in the big leagues defensively, because I always put my defense on top of everything else. I wanted to be that. I wanted to be a Gold Glove winner. I wanted to be an everyday shortstop. Who cares about the bat? Like I always think that way because that's what he shows, But at the end of the day, baseball changed, and you see a guy like Derek Jeter, the other side of that equation, which is a guy who he picked, he won a Gold Glove, but he hit too, and like 200 hits, MVP kind of thing, And I mean, when you get the opportunity to meet those guys, it's like I just want to shut up and hopefully this guy talk for the whole day, That's how I feel. I feel like every time I see Derek, I just want to pay attention to what he have to say. It can be the simple things in life. He can talk about water, and I'll be paying attention to what he have to say. That's the kind of present that I feel like a guy like him can make you feel like. And that's what I felt when I first met Vizquel when he was a coach for the Tigers, and they came into Jupiter to play against us in spring training. I was there, and I was just admiring him and watching the way that he was talking, and he was like playing around and going about his business. But it feels that way.
Is it the same way you felt, Brock, when you met Poppy the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I think more than anything, man, like I had just gotten traded over to the Red Sox from the Pirates. And I just made my major league debut the September before. Had a chance to probably make the team with the Pirates out of spring training, and then got traded and went to a team like the Red Sox. And at that point, I'd only ever played really second base and shortstop. And you got guys like Dustin Pedroia, and that year was 13, and they had signed. I mean, the whole team was veterans. It was David Ortiz, it was David Ross, it was Mike Napoli, Shane Victorino, Johnny Gomes, John Lester, John Lackey. Like, I mean, I could go on and on. So a lot of big name guys, and walking in that clubhouse was my first big league camp too. So, I was a little intimidated for sure. And obviously David Ortiz, the presence that he is, but big teddy bear, man. Like now, he's one of the best. And it was cool, man. It was cool being around those guys and getting to play with them. And shoot, I've been very fortunate to play with a lot of guys like David throughout my career, who are superstars, but great teammates and work hard and play the game the right way. And that's kind of been the most special thing I think, looking back on the career that I've had, are some of the guys that I've got to play with and be teammates with.
Well, that's great. But did you ever take money from him on the plane?
No, I stayed away from the card table on the plane, man. The money being thrown around on there was a little bit too high for me.
Too rich?
It's way too rich. So I watched movies on the iPad, did some Sudokus, took naps. So that's my go-to on the plane is catch up on a little sleep, maybe do a Sudoku. And right now I'm rewatching Yellowstone for about the third time.
Okay. Yeah, well, that sounds your speed, man. You're a good rancher. Wasn't Pops a rancher?
Yeah. My dad raises cattle. He's got a ranch. Done it for a long time. Kind of grew up, on a ranch in Alito there for a little bit. Just right next to the Metroplex, and then we moved to Stephenville. And my dad has some land, raises some cattle out there. So I could be Stephenville is the cowboy capital of the world. So if I wasn't playing baseball, I could probably rope or ride a bull or something like that.
Yeah. I'm not so sure I could put Miggy. You have any shot of being a rancher? No
chance. Just there for the barbecue.
There you go.
And the beers, or whatever, the whiskey. So I'll go, invite me and I'll be there. I just don't expect me to jump on any horses or bulls or anything like that.
You ever take one of those city guys, one of those city teammates out there to the ranch?
I haven't. We haven't. Obviously had a chance to get down there, but it would be fun. It would be fun, and I'm kind of like a fake. I'm kind of like a fake cowboy, man. Like I was in Boston for so long, I kind of lost all that. But I got the Lane Frost 1987 world champion bull riding hat. So I play the part. I kind of got the voice to go along with it. But
you sure do. Man.
Love riding horses. I haven't ridden a horse in a long time, but that's something that I enjoy doing, and maybe post career, maybe have a couple that I can ride around and have fun on. But I'm not getting on a bull, man. There's no way I'm doing that. But I enjoy stuff like that, though. I've been around it and grew up around it. So,
all right, I got to ask you, what's the deal with the facial hair you got rocking right now?
I'm just letting it eat. Like I had the mustache early on, and this is what I grow, man. Like it doesn't really connect on either side, so it just looks like chops and then
same
chin and So, but I'm just gonna let it eat, man. See what happens. I've always wanted to grow a beard. I'm 33 years old. Like just give me a few more hairs on either side, and it'll look half decent, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're trying.
What's the family think of it?
They don't mind it. Lakin doesn't mind. She likes when I have a little bit of scruff. So I had the mustache for a while. I don't think she was a fan of, but it was kind of funny, so she let it ride. But whenever I shaved, she was like, "Where'd your I like it whenever you have a little bit of stuff." So if she tells me she hates it, I'll get rid of it.
Got it. Yeah, they're the boss. Yeah. We know that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I gotta ask Brock, how's the superstar of the family? How's your son, bro?
Oh man, he's a stud, dude. We got another one now, 11-month old.
Congrats.
Yeah, so we got 2 little boys, but Griff's awesome, man. He keeps it interesting, and I'm gonna see if you guys can see this, because my wife just sent me this picture. He's big on drawing right now, and this is what he came up with yesterday. So let's see if I can get it in the screen.
Wait,
so obviously
is that a toilet?
That's a toilet. That's a toilet. And he asked how to write toilet. So so he wrote toilet, but he wrote toilet, and obviously you see the turd right there in the middle. And then the squiggly lines is it getting flushed down, and it goes down to all the other poop that's under the ground. So
yes.
So we haven't really played baseball in a while, but this is what we're doing now. But he keeps it fun, man. He's awesome. He's a good boy. Me and Lakin are blessed to be his parents, and now we got a little one, Ripken, who's 11 months old. Who it's going to be a lot of fun in our house for a long time.
Well, you know what you got to do. You got to print that picture and put it out. I swear to God, somebody's going to pay $5 million for it. And you can already take care of his 529. You know what?
I might get that tattooed on my body right there. I think somewhere. Yeah, Griff. He is, man. He's always drawing something, and he's getting really good. He played PlayStation with me the other day. He played RBI baseball. He likes RBI. It's easy for him to play. Only 1-2 buttons, and he drew like a PlayStation controller, and like I didn't know he was doing it. He just came up and he showed me the picture. I'm like, is that a PlayStation controller? He goes, yeah, look just like it. So he's talented, man. He's super smart. Loves learning new things, and every now and then he'll get me in the backyard and hit some. But we're more on to dinosaurs right now and drawing and stuff like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's amazing.
One of the cool things that you got to do when you win world championships in Boston, it is truly a city celebration. So you would see the Patriots, come out and celebrate with you. You would see the Celtics come out and celebrate with you. You'd see the Bruins and do all that stuff. When the city gets to enjoy championships like that together, what the heck is it like for you as a player?
Man, I mean, it was, I mean, winning the, I mean, obviously I was part of the team in 13, but I say I'm 2.5 or 1.5 World Series champion, because I didn't make the playoff roster. I was watching on TV at home, just like everybody else, but had the ring. But 2018 was the coolest year of my career. Just to be a part of that team and what we were able to accomplish and the group of guys that we had, the staff that we had. But man, in Boston, winning in Boston, there's nothing like winning in Boston. And I mean, for us, it was cool, but I mean, we were there when the Patriots won, every other year, basically. They were in the Super Bowl every year, it seemed like. The Bruins, the Celtics, like the whole city, man, they root for their sports teams. And there's nothing like it, man. The fans are intense. They know what they're talking about. They know what they want, what product they want on the field, what they want to see. And like I said, man, there's nothing like it. Being on a winning team in the city of Boston, you can't beat it. And I was very fortunate to be able to be on some really good teams, and that 18 team was super special. And that's something that I'll have with me, and us as a group will have it with us forever. And you can't take it away from us. And like I said, some of the most fun, the most fun year of baseball, just start to finish, that I've ever had. And to do it with that group of guys was pretty cool.
Pretty awesome. I saw a picture of you and Tom Brady on the sidelines. Now, when that happens, do you go up to him and you're like, "Hey, I'm Brock Holt, ace reliever," or how's the conversation go when it's you and Brady?
Yeah, so that was the Patriots had us after we won the World Series. I think they had a Monday night game, and we rode out on a duck boat with the trophy. Was at where we were at midfield before the game, and then stood on the sideline when they came out and kickoff and stuff. And Tom ran out, and obviously I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to shake his hand. And I had met him before. He had thrown out a first pitch, a few years prior or whatever. But that was a cool experience. Getting to do all the stuff post World Series. The parade, they had us at the Bruins, the Celtics had us, the Patriots had us. And pretty much you could go and do whatever you wanted. That whole off season afterwards, me and my wife, we actually, we stayed in Boston. I bought a house there and stayed there for a few years. And so, that was something that we got to experience the entire off season is going places and people just coming up and, "Hey, thank you so much. Like, what y'all did was awesome. We really appreciate it." It just super cool, man. But yeah, that was a Monday Night Football game that they had us at, and one of those cool post World Series things that we got to do.
Miggy,
I can only imagine how good that team was. Just in the clubhouse, I play against them maybe a couple times, or in 17 or 18, whatever. But I know guys from that team that I work out with: Eduardo Rodriguez, JD Martinez. Now I'm playing with Sandy Leon, knowing Brawl, Brock, and the things that the path that he took to the big leagues, and being a kind of a utility man playing every day. That's something that, you see winning teams, and I can only imagine how good that team was and how fun it was in the clubhouse, because I know all the personalities that you guys have there. It was amazing, huh?
Yeah, that right there. You pretty much hit the nail on the head, man. Like, I think that's a big reason why we were so successful is we had a good group of guys who, obviously we had our superstars. We had JD Martinez, we had Mookie Betts, we had Chris Sale, we had, but Xander, Devers, but we we had a lot of guys who understood their roles and were happy to do whatever we had to do to help the team. Alex Cora is great. I mean, obviously everybody praises him for, you know, for what he was able to do. And, you know, he deserves it. You know, he great communicator. And Miggy, I'm sure you can speak to this, but like knowing when you're playing, where you're playing, is huge, you know, especially for guys like me, who don't play every day, but play quite a bit. I mean, AC would legit tell me, hey, you're playing second base on Tuesday, you're going to play third on Thursday, and you'll probably play left on Saturday. And if I didn't know whenever I left the field after the game, if I was playing the next day, I would have a text message before I got home and it'd say, hey, second base tomorrow. And then for guys like Bogey who play short every single day, hey, Bogey, you're off tomorrow, you know? So Bogey he could play the game. He could shut down, man. And he knew that he could just shut down, relax, rest. And that was huge. But just the group of guys that we had, the character that we had on the team, we had fun, man. And that's what it's about. And that's part of the reason why I think we were so successful, because if we lost, we forgot about it and we expected to win the next day. If we won, we just kept it going. And we had fun. We rooted for each other, and shoot, man, we won 108 games and it felt like we won every single day. So it was, like I said, man, I will never be a part of another team as good as that one. And I'm still super close with every single person on the team. So, you know, part of me still feels like we're all together, you know, but you know, we're not, you know, times change, but, you know, like I said, that's something that all of us will have together forever.
So I'm curious, I got one more thing before we get you out of here. You unfortunately were in the middle of a big Yankees Red Sox brawl. Tyler Austin had slid in hard to second. Joe Kelly missed up and in, ended up getting suspended.
Slipped, huh?
Yeah, ball slipped.
Yeah.
First of all, when you are in the middle of a Yankees Red Sox fight and there are guys who look like they could be power forwards in the NBA, what the hell do you do?
Do this right here. Hey. Watch. I think you can see me like, hey. And then hope nobody throws a haymaker, you know? No, that was, you know, that one escalated quickly for sure. And, you know, I think that kind of sparked the rivalry again. Because both of us the Yankees were really good that year and we were really good that year. You know, and it just so happened that, Tyler Austin kind of slid spikes up at me, and then me and him exchanged words. Benches cleared, and then Joe Kelly, you know, missed up and in, and then benches cleared, and Joe Kelly was a hero in Boston. And that's just the Boston and New York fan base, man. Like they hated us whenever we went in there, and when the Yankees came to Fenway, you know, our fans hated them. So that kind of sparked that rivalry there in 2018. And, you know, it was what it was, and that stuff happens on the field. But that was wild, man. That escalated quickly. But I remember Joe Kelly, like every time he came out of the bullpen from then on, standing ovation. I think the Bruins were, I don't know if they were in the playoffs or just had a game or something, and he went to the game. Like a few days later, they showed him on the jumbotron. The whole place went nuts. Like I'm telling you, man, Joe Kelly was a hero from that point on, and now he's doing the same thing in LA, where you know, trading jerseys for jackets and wearing them to the White House and stuff. That dude's a character, man.
He's a little off, isn't he?
He's a little off, but he's awesome. He's awesome, man. I stayed with him in spring training 2 years ago. Him and his family, they took me in, and we had a good time, man. I love the Kellys. And like I said, man, that's been one of the coolest parts of my whole career, is getting to play with the people that I've gotten to play with, man. Like they're like family, you know, their families are families to us. And, you know, we keep in touch, we FaceTime, we talk to the kids, and, you know, that's the special part about this game. You get to play with a lot of different people who, you know, you might not, you know, get to meet in other circumstances, or maybe not even get along with. But you get to know them on a personal level and their families, and they become family.
Love it. All right, before we get out of here, we do this with our guests every time. We spin the wheel of moderately interesting things. So it'll land on a category. You both get to answer. Miggy, you'll be excited to know I've got some new categories since last time.
Nice. I like it. Yeah. I mean, it's episode 50.
Solid spin right there, everybody.
That was good.
All right, well, this is an old category, but walk this way. Tell us about how you choose your walk-up song, both of you. Brock, you can start.
All right, so right now, well, I've had the same walk-up song for a long time. I use Dancer Home by Cody Johnson just because I love Cody Johnson. I love that song. But I've changed it a couple times this year. I've had a little Need to Breathe. I'm a big Need to Breathe fan. But right now I've got Garth Brooks, Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old. It's because I'm playing on a Rangers team who I'm the oldest guy on the team, and I've never been the oldest guy on a team. And I am literally much too young to feel this damn old. So I'm a huge Garth Brooks fan. Love all of his stuff. Me and Griff jam to Garth. Every time we get in my truck, Griff's like, "Dad, can we listen to Garth Brooks?" So, I was listening to a lot of Garth Brooks, and that song came on. I said, "Man, that's pretty fitting for my actual life right now." So that's how I chose that one.
Good one. Miggy, what do you got working?
For me, I got the Latin song in my book, but I choose my song because Bad Bunny is a pretty big famous artist in Latin America. He's Puerto Rican, but he got a line on a song that say, "I never been a follower, I always want to be a leader," and that's kind of the part of the song that I put on my iPad. And it's a good beat and whatever, but I always trying to play with that kind of mindset. That's why I choose that song, and that little line right there that I don't want to be a follower, I want to be a leader. That's kind of my MO.
Like it. Good stuff, guys. Very good. Brock, it was great catching up with you, dude. Really, I hadn't seen you in a while. It's good to see you.
I know. That's why I told you. I told you the other day. I said you only want to talk to me when I do something no man has ever done.
Not true.
You got me on. Mm-hmm. You and Millar got me on IT after I hit the cycle in the postseason, and then now I'm on the podcast after I throw 31 miles per hour.
31, so exactly.
I'm gonna have to try and do something that no one's ever done, so I can talk to you again.
How about when your son becomes a world-renowned artist, and we can all buy his poop art?
When that drawing. Yep, when that poop art sells for $5 million, you can have me back on.
Absolutely. And then you can retire. You can call it quits. You won't be the oldest Ranger anymore.
That'd be great, huh?
Listen, it was great catching up with you. Tell everybody in the Rangers clubhouse we say hello, and keep doing your thing out there and having fun playing ball.
I will, man. Thanks, Chris. Miggy, tell Sandy I said what's up.
I will, brother, for sure.
That's
I
my
talked
guy.
to him about you yesterday, for sure.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
A guy like that in Brock Holt, you can tell how much he appreciates the experience he's had. He wasn't a huge draft pick. I think he was top 10 rounds by the Pirates, gets immediately traded. He gets to Boston. He mentioned how big the personalities are. And it can go one of two ways, right? If you're a young guy, you can get swallowed up by a big city with big personalities and a very successful franchise, or you can find your path. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I'm so happy for a guy like him, paved the way actually for a lot of players, I was talking to Sandy Leon yesterday about how he became the only Red Sox member in a year. I think it was 17 or 16. I can't really remember when he was the All-Star, being a utility man, and that's something that I always gonna appreciate, being a utility man and for him being an All-Star in the middle of the of years that shortstops and second basemen are popping 25 homers even before the All-Star break, and I'm happy that he took that path and showed everybody that they can do it that way too. In American League, it's not easy to be a backup or a utility man. Because in American League with DH and not many opportunities to play, but like you say, if a manager give you the opportunity and keep the good communication with you, I think they can get the best of a player like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to see him carving his own niche now in Texas. I mean, that's a franchise that's rebuilding. They make no bones about it. They just made some major trades, getting rid of Gallo and Gibson and Kennedy. And now they need a guy like that in that clubhouse to keep them all together and make sure that things don't splinter, because it can go sideways quickly. So I'm curious, right before we did this podcast today, you guys had a players union rep meeting, and we're not going to get into what you talked about unless you want to, but is there a real talkative guy on there who's like,
Yeah, there's a few guys that always offer the comments because they're being in the union and being part of the game for a long time, and those are the guys that you actually sit down and listen, like respectful guys in the league who are being really consistent on and off the field, and they talk because they know what they're talking about, and it's always nice to have the input of players, in those decisions and those meetings and the questions, and people learn from the questions, like when Max Scherzer asks a question or have an idea, you listen to it because the guy's been doing it for a long time and it's been part of the union for a really long time. But a guy like Francisco Lindor, really involved, Latin player who can speak English and Spanish and help us a lot, not just the American players or the American side of the union, but the Latin side as well. Because sometimes as a Latin player coming from a different culture, sometimes you don't pay so much attention to that. You just come here to play baseball. But then it's really nice to have like our representation of Latin players and Latin community in the union, which is something that's really good because a big percentage of the big leagues right now is Latin. So guys like him, Max, Gary Cole, Miller, Andrew Miller from the Cardinals. Really smart guys and guys who really care, So that's those are the guys who are always like fun to listen to, and it's cool. But you learn because you learn from them. You never know who's gonna be the next.
So was Glass now on there? Because I think
Glass is there. I don't know if he was there today because I was on my phone and I couldn't see her, right? I couldn't see, but I think he's there because he's a rep for the race. Hopefully everything went well. I don't know if he got surgery.
Yeah, I've been texting with him. Actually, I texted him right after his surgery.
Right.
I was like, how you doing? And he's like, dude, I am jacked up right now. He had all the pain, all the painkillers. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let you rest. But he's going to be coming back on here hopefully next week. And
nice.
It's a different part of the world. He's going to be in a very, very interesting spot now.
Yeah.
Moving forward with his organization. So we'll see. And I know a lot of fans are wishing him the best.
Yeah. So, wishing him the best for sure. Hopefully baseball is not the same without a guy like him on the mound. So hopefully he can come back stronger than ever and pitch for a long time in his career.
One thing I wanted to get like three of you guys together and then the other three together and just talk about some of the issues that are going on because, we're inching closer to the agreement being up December 1st.
Yep.
And I know that we just had arguably the greatest trade deadline ever. So many players were on the move. So many, I think 9 all-stars moved, made it exciting for fans on either side. If you trade away veterans, you're getting young talent that hopefully you can be excited about. And if you're adding to your team, you're like, how do these guys fit in for our 2021 run? But there is some looming decision-making that's going to have to be made. So I think we're going to have an episode where we talk about some big boy topics.
Yeah, we can do that. We're always open to talk about our own experience. That doesn't mean that we're going to share stuff that we can share,
right.
At this point, those are things that we have to be professional and we have to keep it in house because that's the way it is. But I'm happy and open to share my experience and what I think it can get better and things that could change,
Yep. I think we'll definitely do that. So your homework assignment was to videotape you and your boy playing a little baseball. We didn't get to that. That's
on me. I think that's the first one that I missed. And I apologize with Miss Rosie because I've been on the road a lot this last couple weeks, and every time I'm home, I feel like my son want to do something else than just playing baseball. But hey, that's coming.
Why don't we do this? We talked about Lego building. earlier.
Lego building. I like it. Okay.
Now let's. I think your homework assignment should be order something online. Go find a good project that you and your son can do together, because I know you got a couple days off coming up.
Yep.
Why don't you try and build something together, and then you show us the finished product?
Oh, I like it. Yeah. I mean, I can show you. I can put up a video like with me and him building the Legos. Fun. I think that's gonna be a good idea, because he's gonna be so excited to do it with me and know that I came home with something. Yeah, that's nice. I like it, Chris.
Yeah, order it to the house. It'll be there when you get home. Right, you're done after this. Right, you go home after San Diego.
Yeah, after Wednesday, we're going home, and we have an off day on Thursday. So I mean, it can work. It can be quick too.
Yeah. You don't have to get one of them. I told you, 4,000 piecer. That one will test you.
I don't think we're ready for that.
No. Baby steps. Go with the middle. I'll do a little shopping for you and send you a photo, a couple of suggestions.
I like it.
All right. Listen, man, it's always great catching up with you. People love to hear what's going on in the world of Miggy Rowe. Any new shoes, by the way?
Oh yeah, I got a new pair. So stay tuned for tonight's game. Well, I mean, we're recording tonight, but this series in San Diego that we're playing, I just got a new pair of shoes yesterday that I'm really excited about.
That's not the one you put on your Instagram where the people gave you the
one that the guy gave me yesterday. That's the artist who made the shoes. So remember that I'm doing this with this company, Stadium Custom Kicks, but they have like 20 different artists. So when you see the video right there, the guy, I sent one of the clothes to get the shoes, like, I mean, the guy texts me and say, hey, I'm here, but it was like almost game time. And I sent one of the clothes, and the clothes said, no, the guy wants to see your reaction. He actually wants to meet you in person. And I say, of course, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let me get ready, and then I will go get the shoes. And the guy was there, like, so happy to actually have the opportunity to present them to me. And really good work, man. These people have like different artists in different part of the country, and I'm happy that I can give the spotlight for them every time I wear a shoe. So it's not about just the fashion that I bring to the field. It's about giving others the opportunity to shine as well, That's
what you do best, man. That's why you're a leader, not a follower, as Always. Bad Bunny likes to say.
Exactly.
My guy, Bad Bunny. All right, dude. Great catching up with you. Best to the family. I'll send you some Lego ideas for you and your son to go hang out and have a little father-son time together here during the dog days of August. And we'll see you in a few weeks here on the Chris Rose Rotation.
For sure, brother. Let me know when we're on again, and best to you and the family as well. And please say hi to the kids.
I will. You can actually say hi to my oldest son. He lives in San Diego. Go.
Oh, that's right. Tell him. Hey, tell him if he needs some tickets while I'm here. Just I got him.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He's actually coming. He's coming home.
Okay.
For a couple days.
For a couple days.
I get to hug on him a little bit. My
nice.
6'4", almost 21-year-old son. So
enjoy him.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. Give us the old thumbs up. Give us the likes. Continue to follow us here at JM Baseball on our YouTube channel as well. For Miguel Rojas of the Miami Marlins and our special guest today, Brock Holt. I am Chris Rose. Special shout out to our producer, editor extraordinaire, Robbie Scirocco, and our summer intern, Alden Stone. We'll see you next time on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media.